I just started recording,
Super.
and yes, I will share this recording with you. So,
Super.
um,
So the reason why I want to record it is, as I told you earlier, I'll present it here so they can go back and forth and listen to the conversation and see if it is really something that is valuable to move on from G Suite into, like Office 365. So go ahead, start.
okay, so um, first of all, I'd say that really this decision, which platform to choose, it's your decision. You need to decide, and from my point of view, these features that we are going to discuss doesn't matter that much because both platforms just too much differs from each other. You just can't compare them feature by feature. They have different visions. They have different uh, tools to achieve these visions and goals, and they develop in different directions, I'd say. So first of all, you need to look at your organization and just see which platform, which vendor suits best your needs, your goals, your tools and services that you use internally. For example, if you use desktop Microsoft Office, if your users familiar with Microsoft Office and use it often, if you use any of Microsoft services already, then most likely you even don't need to think about what platform to choose. Uh, if you use Google Mail for years, if you use Google Drive, if you don't have desktop Office installed and your employees, some of them at least, not familiar with desktop Office at all, you use third-party services like Salesforce, maybe something else. Maybe you need to stick with Google and continue working with Google. It's just background for what we're going to discuss right now. Feel free to ask me any questions. If you have some questions later, feel free to forward them to me over the email. So let's just discuss this document that I have on my screen. Also, this document attached to this meeting so you can download it from your client. Um, Office 365 and Google Suite. First of all, you can't compare just Office 365 with Google Suite because if you decide to standardize on Microsoft, you have all these tools and services and products available for you, not just Office 365. Office 365 is not a small, but just part of what Microsoft offers. Except Office 365, we have Dynamics 365 set of products, which includes Dynamics 365 for sales with many sub-products like customer service, field service, project service automation, etc., etc. It includes ERP systems like financials and operations for business, financials and operations for enterprise, very heavyweight advanced products. It includes additional services inside Dynamics 365. Also, Microsoft offers like an umbrella brand called Enterprise Mobility and Security Suite, which includes Microsoft Intune, Azure Rights Management, all this security compliance tools and services aimed at securing your business and information. I'd say it's the best in the industry by far what you can get. Also, in addition to that, you can subscribe to Windows 10 Enterprise, and desktop Office suite, which you obviously familiar with. Recently, a couple of months ago, I believe it was November 1st, 2017, Microsoft announced Microsoft 365. It's basically an evolution of Office 365, and Microsoft 365 will include and includes Office 365, Windows 10 Enterprise subscription, and services from Enterprise Mobility and Security Suite. And this is really a platform to consider because it includes everything a modern business may need in order to be efficient, mobile, productive on any device, at any place, at any time. And one of the biggest differences of what Microsoft offers is that Microsoft allows you, the client, to choose how you would like to work with information. If you would like to use a powerful, robust desktop application, okay, install desktop Outlook 2016, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, any other of desktop products, and use these products as clients to work with your data stored in the cloud. You can install clients to obviously desktop computers, to PCs and Macs. You can install clients on mobile phone, on tablets, and use these powerful clients to work with information. If internet is available or not available, you would be able to work with your information. Also, it's possible to use a web browser to basically do the same. Web browser services displayed through web browser maybe not as powerful and robust as a full desktop applications equivalents, but still you would be able to achieve what you would like to achieve most of the times. That's the difference, because Google offers only the browser version, plus maybe some clients available for mobile platforms. There is no desktop alternative. If you would like, for example, to work with email, you need to use a desktop client, or you need to use a desktop browser version. Another important things to discuss, again, it's from my point of view after years of working with Office 365, selling Office 365, implementing it inside our clients' organizations. I would note probably best-in-class protection and security and compliance features. You really can't match what Microsoft offers. Microsoft works with enterprises for years, and they have, I'd say, the best security tools and services on the market. And just to start with, to show you some overview what's possible, let me show you the Microsoft Secure Score. Nope, not this one. Secure Score Office.com. I need to remember that. So basically, Microsoft offers you this service which will analyze your Office 365 tenant and all the services deployed inside your Office 365 tenant. It will analyze every service, and it will basically display your so-called secure score, which is a summary of your security settings. It's a score displaying your protection level, if you want. It may be as low as 20, 30, or maybe as high as 400 or something. Right now, our security score is 250, which is not bad at all. You see, average organization on Office 365 scores about 50. And this service will analyze your environment and give you concrete recommendation what needs to be done in order to close all the gaps and implement all the industry's best practices and recommendations in order to increase your security level as high as you want. And in today's world when users receive links to phishing websites, they receive attachments with malware literally every day. It's important. Security is really important. And what differs Microsoft?
Mike, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see your screen fully. Can you just slide it? I see it like half.
It's because I opened this page and the half of the screen. It just.
Oh, okay. You did it in purpose. Okay, all right.
Yes,
Go
it
ahead.
was
Now
on
I can hear.
purpose. Okay, let's get back to our slide and let's discuss like features and how they compare. Uh, or maybe I can ask you what is really important for you. What aspects of both platform or offerings you would like to discuss?
Like we're looking for software that we can get support immediately whenever we have time, so it won't take most of our IT department to fix the issue if we have any kind of issues. So we're looking for the one which is more organized and with more features. And you're just explaining it right now. I can see that 365 seems it has more feature compared to G Suite. So I like that part. So I just want to see in general why we have to switch from G Suite to Office 365. Is it just because we have so many features, or what other additional advantage does Office 365 have? So these are the things I want to know, and the other 2 points I mentioned it to you yesterday. And also, feel free to add if you have any additional points that you want to tell us if I haven't mentioned it on my question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's discuss these topics that you mentioned. Support. Microsoft is famous for its support in a good way. At least I can tell this as a partner working with Microsoft for many years. Office 365 support is really good, and what's even better, when you subscribe to Office 365, most likely you subscribe through a partner because it's better. You get more value purchasing Office 365 through a partner. So, in addition to what Microsoft offers, you get support from a partner. If something breaks, if something is not working, you can call the partner. Partner knows you. You can email the partner, and the gay partner knows you, and partner starts working with you almost immediately. Uh, it always makes sense to have a partner on your side, partner who is dealing with similar issues almost every day, uh, partner who knows how to deal with Microsoft and get through all these departments and everything. So I can't say what Google offers and how it works, but what you get with Microsoft is really impressive. And what we offer as a partner, uh, our clients love our support and how we help them. And because it's a cloud services, uh, amount of support hours needed to make everything works is almost zero. Yes, sometimes issues happens. There may be, let's say, a local computer may get infected and start sending spam emails, and this user account may get blocked. Or in super rare situations where when multiple computers infected and multiple computers sending spam, whole tenant may get blocked. But it will take a couple of minutes with the help of the partner to get this resolved. In addition to what you get from Microsoft and from partner, when you contact them, you also have a very robust support features available internally. There are services that you can easily start, which will analyze each particular user's computer environment, services, and try to fix issues found or give you recommendations what need to be fixed in this particular scenario. Also, if you really have IT guys in your company, you can use a browser to access admin centers. You can use PowerShell to connect to services to troubleshoot and run scripts. You can use consoles installed on your computer to connect to services. So you can use multiple tools and services to manage your services running for you in Microsoft Cloud. So from what I've seen and from what we experience working with different IT vendors like Symantec, uh, and other vendors, I'd say Microsoft is number one. Number of features and how features and services are organized. From this standpoint, again, Google can't compete absolutely because Google's idea is to provide simple service to just allow user to do what users wants to do. Simple interfaces, lack of features, uh, with the benefit of working through a browser to do the job. The Google selects his own way, and this way absolutely doesn't include many features. You can open Google Mail in browser, you can try working with documents, and you see how limited interface. You just can't do a lot of stuff. You can't link applications, you can't pipe data from one service or applications to another, you can't create complex tables, graphs, etc., etc. It's not how Google envisions things, and Microsoft have all this. It's just two different approaches. More features not always is the best thing. A lot of features may overwhelm some users. They may get lost. They don't know what to do, how to use all these features. Microsoft tries to improve the situation. They create different interfaces. They try to organize things efficiently, and some people think that they succeed, me included, but it's for you to decide. As to how things organized, everything is really good from my point of view. Let me show you how things look like. It's a different tenant. Let me open my internal tenant. This one. As a company, we use multiple Office 365 tenants because we work in different geographies, different countries. This is a US tenant, and this is how admin interface of Office 365 looks like. We can use web browser admin interface, or we can use PowerShell to script things and do multiple things at the same time. So admin centers includes links to admin centers for particular servers. For example, let's open Exchange Online as an example. Also, we have admin centers for Skype for Business, SharePoint, OneDrive, Dynamics 365 services, and other stuff. And this is an example of Exchange Admin Center. You can control all the things related to Exchange Online protection, individual users' mailboxes, distribution, security groups, shared mailboxes, permissions, all this stuff controlled from here. You can delegate. You can create different admin roles, for example, and give permissions for particular administrators to only work with a particular service, for example, only manage users or only manage Exchange Online, etc., etc. This is a web interface. If you don't like to work with web interface, you can always use PowerShell to control things from console. You can create powerful scripts. For example, with a few lines of code, you can create hundreds of users. You can change passwords. You can reassign them between groups. Basically, you can do everything. You can do much more than you can do with a web browser. You can also check health of your Exchange tenant. You can check status reports. You can configure settings, create support requests, manage billing, and everything. Do all this stuff from one web console. Manageability and control. Also, if it's let me touch security and compliance a bit. Security and compliance. As we already discussed, Microsoft does a really good job on managing threats and offering tools and services to help keep security at very high level. And depending on services which you subscribe to, you can have a very, very good protection. For example, it's possible to see in real time what your users doing in Office 365, what services they're accessing, what files they're opening, from what location, which users, etc., etc. And it's possible to create alerts or policies. For example, if we detect in real time, if we detect a user trying to log in from a not usual location. Usually, let's say user tries to log in or logs in from Washington DC area, from mobile phones, from computers, Washington DC area, and suddenly we see login attempt from I don't know, from Europe. And this user doesn't have a multi-factor authentication enabled, for example. It's possible to automatically block this login attempt and notify administrator. Or let's see, we see user trying to download more than 10 files in 5 minutes period. Again, it's possible to block this user and notify administrator. And it's possible to see activity log in real time. It's possible to filter by application, like SharePoint, by username, activity type, location, by IP addresses to really monitor who doing what at what time, from what location, etc., etc. Right now it's loading because we don't access this often. I'll let it load for some time. What else to mention? Threat management, different services work in this area. One to mention is advanced threat protection. This service protects users from phishing and malicious emails. If someone tries to send a link to a phishing website or to a website with some code, malware code on this website, this advanced threat protection service will protect this user. It's a very good tool. Our clients subscribe often to this one. Reports, search and investigation. If you need some, if you have some compliance requirements, you need to search mailboxes in your organization for certain patterns, information. You can do this. Data loss prevention, classifications. It's possible to send secure emails easily. For example, if you add a secure email in subject of your emails, this email may be encrypted, and user would be able to access this email contents only by going to a Microsoft website and providing a passcode. Rights management, Azure rights management. You can set up certain templates. Some of them available by default, like templates for credit cards, personal identifiable information, etc., etc. And Office 365 services would be able to detect information containing these patterns and block certain actions. For example, it's possible to configure services not to forward information outside of organization when such information found inside documents, to block print or save to external devices, etc., etc. Also, speaking about manageability and control, Microsoft has Intune service, which you can use to monitor end users' computers and devices. If they are updated with up-to-date security patches and service packs, if they have certain products installed like antivirus, etc., etc., if they if they comply with organization's security policies. What else to mention? Intune. Daniel, do you have any questions so far?
So far seems very good, but what I need is from you. One of the decision makers, the CFO here, he's not a technically oriented guy. So what I need from you is if you can prepare whenever you get the chance. It doesn't need to be right away. Either in Word or on PDF. On PowerPoint, especially about the security advantage. If you can just, like mention pointers, like point by point, this, like the security advantage of Office 365 compared to G Suite, and like some additional points, like about 2 or 3 pages. If you can email me, that would be super.
I already prepared this. You have this on my screen right now.
Okay. So is this the only page you have, or do you have additional pages with more for someone with no technologically oriented person? This is a good one. I liked it. I was about to ask you if you can email me this page.
Yes, I can email it to you. I can email to you. I can send you some other like variants of this document. I also have Office 365 / Google Suite battle sheet. So
sure, please. If you can,
can
you show me the can you show me the battle card before you send me?
Yes, yes. Let me do this.
See if you can open it. Yeah, I want you to send me this one. This security, privacy, and compliance, blah blah. Okay. Can you scroll winning with 365? Okay.
It's, I believe it's partner only, but yes, it says Microsoft Confidential, internal use only. Like it's not very new. It's 2016, November 2016. So
that's fine.
Something definitely changed after this, but you can use this as a guidance because trends.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead and email me this one and the previous one, both. Along with the conversation we had, the presentation. So what I will do is when we have a meeting, I'm going to run this conversation so they can listen to your voice with all your explanation. And then I'm going to distribute the documents that you're going to send me so they can look at it and contact me back maybe on what's today, end of January, so I can give you an idea of their decision.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So whenever you hang up now, just make sure to send me this one. Don't forget this, and the audio.
Yes, it will take some time to.
Sorry.
It will take some time to encode and upload this video to maybe
no
upload to OneDrive. No, so I will prepare everything and send it your way.
Super. Can you send it today?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Let's wait a second. Let me